I said this many times before in interviews. The dream is the one that put the confidence in me. He's the first one that told me I had hit. Let me try to do a dream real quick. He goes, baby, you have it. You couldn't get rid of it. You couldn't sell it if you wanted to. You are it. And we would talk for hours, and we would talk about everything, literally everything. To be honest, it was a lot about like right now of what's going on in my life. He used to tell me about these main events, about being the guy, being the face of the company, main eventing WrestleManias. He called it all before. My God. He was the best. He really was. Hey, you want to know what he used to always say about you? Nothing.
Yes, sir. What's good?
What's the deal?
Episode 20. Holy shit.
Big
Oh,
night.
man, I just cussed. You know, if I put this on YouTube, we might get demonetized because I cussed within like the first 3 minutes.
Oh shit, we'll be all right, man. We ain't.
Like, good Lord, man. I just can't help myself sometimes. But yo,
We'll be all right.
we're back again. Midcarders and Catering podcast. We are sorry for the wait, but we're here.
Fucking snowstorm too.
Yeah, man, it's nasty outside right now. Like, it's gross. It's disgusting. I'm so over it. I wish I was sitting on an island right now. I wish I was sitting on the island of relevancy right now near Hawaii, but I don't have that right now. I'm stuck in Michigan, stuck in snow. It's just, and it's March. It's March. I thought spring was like peeking its head around the corner, bro, but they still like trolling us here.
You know the problem was niggas was talking too much shit. Like this, like niggas are saying like this winter wasn't shit. Blah blah blah. You know, blah they split, and look what happened.
And then we was laughing at the West Coast because they got smacked. They got people's elbow over the last few week and everything like that, and they were just like, "Hold on now, slow your roll, player."
You know what? They deserve that shit though.
They do. They talk shit all the goddamn time.
Shout out to Tristan Knight. Nigga, that nigga been talking cash shit about every time we get snow. Yeah, y'all niggas got snow, bro. Ah, man, I feel bad for y'all. And then you look up, man, where the fuck did all this snow come from?
Yeah,
like,
y'all ain't even got winter coats out there. Y'all wasn't even prepared for shit. Y'all ain't got no snow tires. Y'all ain't got no grips. Y'all probably done worn your brakes completely out, and y'all had to go to work.
Niggas had to go out there for the homies, man. So you know you let the niggas
tow your asses up.
You let the homies down with that one.
Yeah, but I hope everybody good out there though. I ain't wishing no ill will on y'all, nothing like that. But you know, haha. But anyway, it's been a minute for me. I have not been here. I was not here for episode 19. Then last week we kind of like took the week off. Really, we was trying to get prepared for this episode because this is basically a milestone episode. You know what I'm saying? 20 episodes, bro. Like 20.
And I'm gonna just go ahead and say this because I know people probably saying like these niggas celebrating 20 episodes, man. Like, bro, you don't know how many podcasts have been created and crashed and burned and didn't even make it to 20 episodes.
Oh yeah, I know of a few, like personally, like I know like a few that probably didn't even make it to 5.
There's one girl I knew, man. She was doing like so many podcasts, kept asking me for help. So I was telling her what to do. She didn't listen, and them bitches crashed and burned every fucking time.
Damn.
Every fucking time.
Well, I hope she get back on the wagon one day. Hopefully, maybe she catch her stride. I don't know.
I don't care.
Well, hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, look.
Man, look. One thing I've been telling myself this year is to be more honest, and honestly, I don't care.
Yeah. Honesty is the best policy. You know what I'm saying? Even like when it's hard to hear. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's just you just got to hear that, and you got to get a slice of reality in your life. You feel me?
Good luck to you, motherfucker.
But yeah, I wasn't here for episode 19. Hey, shout out to DJ Larry from Show Your Work Network for subbing in for me.
That's insane, dog.
Yeah, episode 19. I listened to it afterwards, when I returned back home and everything. And I was just like, yo, it was a really good episode y'all put together. And it's all Larry is a connoisseur of conversation. You feel me? Like he can pretty much talk and talk and talk, and he can just keep pulling. He can keep pulling things out of the hat. You know what I'm saying? And I absolutely acknowledge that, and I'm mesmerized by that. Each and every time I get to have a discussion with him. We got some things coming up with Larry too, by the way.
Yeah.
I forgot to talk to you about that before.
Are you talking about the bracket?
Yeah, but I'm not trying to put that out too much. You know what I'm saying? Because I know they, I don't want they.
That's why I just said it like that. But me and him talk about it.
Yeah. So we got some things cooking up with them. Like at this point, you know what I'm saying? I really call them like that's our collaborators. You know what I'm saying? We got pretty much a partnership with them.
Mm-hmm.
We have a working partnership with those guys. Shout out to Winston. Shout out to Nelson. Shout out to Youngin. Shout out to the whole crew over there.
I tapped into that show yesterday. I didn't come in at the guest nothing like that, but I was in the comments and shit.
I didn't make it. Yeah, I didn't even actually make it last night.
Yeah, I had them niggas cracking up because nigga apparently at the Roost picnic, nigga, they got a state property reunion.
Oh yeah.
I seen that shit like state property. I'm like, oh, niggas about to get pistol whipped that night. So I mean, like that's like y'all don't understand, man. Benny Siegel make pistol whipping music, dog. So
hey, listen, that shit gonna be hard though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's hard as fuck, man.
Yeah,
I need them niggas all to come out in camo gear, all that shit, man.
Yeah,
they gotta do it like really like state property, nigga. Like
yeah, for sure. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's a celebration.
Matter of
Of them,
fact,
you know what I'm saying? They definitely deserve their flowers, bro. Like for real.
you know what? And the crazy part is I don't think all of them are there. I don't even think Oskino is there. So I don't know.
You don't know if they got Oskino and Sparks?
Let me look.
Oskino, Sparks, Young Chris.
Young Guns has Young Guns has been announced.
PD Crack should be there.
PD Crack is there.
Okay.
Yeah, where's that fucking okay, here it is right here.
PD Crack, Benny, Beans, and Freeway.
They definitely where's that shit at? All right. Oh no. Benny Siegel, Freeway, Young Guns, PD Crack, Oskino, and Sparks. So they are.
Oh, okay. So that's the whole state prop.
That whole state prop. God damn.
Yeah. So that's gonna be hard.
Warren Hill's a headliner. Yeah,
good luck on that though. Yeah, they ain't gonna that her night ain't gonna start until the next day.
Nigga, she's not even gonna show up. Nigga,
she gonna show up at 4:00 in the morning. That's exactly what's going to happen. Good luck. Man. At least it's a festival. You know what I'm saying? Like, entertain yourselves. Y'all gonna be the act. Y'all gonna be the headliner that night. Everybody in the fucking crowd. Y'all gonna be putting on a performance.
I'll honestly go for the state property reunion because, like I said,
nigga, that should be tough.
Nigga, I'm telling you, nigga, if what we do come on, somebody getting pistol whipped like a motherfucker dog. Like, nigga, this shit for my kids, nigga. What?
Shit, motherfuckers gonna just like Tim's just gonna start forming on people's feet and big ass Averex jackets.
Big ass Averex jackets, man.
And Carhartts
and shit. Nigga 4-5 Desert Eagles gonna be coming out of niggas' hands and shit. Nigga. Even though what we do, what?
That shit gonna be tough. Like it's like honestly, like a lot of these festivals this summer is them shits is hitting like Dreamville Fest. Like I'm low key like salty. I'm not gonna be there, but Dreamville Fest it's the same weekend as WrestleMania.
Oh yeah.
So like, but Dreamville Fest, I don't know if you saw that car. That car looked crazy.
Yeah,
like
Dreamville. Yeah, car look crazy in the motherfucker. Yeah. Shit, you know what? Damn, Detroit need a festival, man. We got
the movement festival in May.
That's the techno one, right?
Like techno house and everything, but 3-6 Mafia going. I'm actually going to the Movement Fest this year. Like
But
me and my
3-6 Mafia supposed to be here for that.
3-6 Mafia doing the Movement Fest. So
Juicy
yeah, I
J
saw
and
them on the card.
Juicy J and DJ Paul.
They said 3-6 Mafia. They said it on
Nice.
the card. It's a lot of people there. Like Movement Fest is what 3 days.
Yeah.
But yeah, me and my better half, we gonna be we gonna be at the Movement Fest this year.
Okay. Shit.
So that shit gonna be like that's what we get. You know what I'm saying? That's what we got going on here. I do kind of want to do Lollapalooza, but I don't know. I got to see when that card comes out too.
Yes.
But
So,
yeah, Dreamville feels the same weekend as WrestleMania. So shoot, I'm like, WrestleMania.
yeah, of course. I mean,
And
shit.
then we got SummerSlam in August. You know what I'm saying? So it's just we gonna be busy. We're gonna be real busy.
Yeah, we're gonna get it all together. People have been hitting me up saying they're coming out here, so I'm like, all right, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, definitely.
Take it from there.
But man, I was looking back today, like I was looking back to like where we started. You know what I'm saying? This whole thing, like I said, this is episode 20. I was looking at like the day, like we started on September 26th. Like that was our first episode. Now here we go. We're now in 2023 and we're in early March. And I'm like, damn, like we really been doing this for a minute. Like we 6 months away from doing this from a whole year. You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of crazy to me. Because it seems like all that time, you know what I'm saying? It seems like all that time you would think all of that just happened in like one quarter, but really it just like, that just goes to show you just how quick things can go, you know what I'm saying? How quick time moves and everything. I'm just like only 20 episodes, but we like in the first quarter of 2023, like that's strange, you know what I'm saying? But it's cool, it's really, really cool. And honestly, I'm really in awe of like how consistent you and I have been since we started this, since we first talked about it, bringing this together and everything. And not the one thing I commend both of us on is the fact that we didn't sit on our hands too long to get this started. You know what I'm saying? Like we literally was like, we went to a SmackDown show and then we was just talking about it. We literally, you know what I'm saying? I already had the name of it that night. You know what I'm saying? I just got the green light and everything like that. And I think within a week and a half or two, like boom, we was already recording our first episode. And I know it sounds completely different than what we do now, like how we sound now and everything like that. But yeah, like when you basically brought me on, you know what I'm saying? Like it definitely unlocked a lot of different creative juices that I didn't know I had initially. You know what I'm saying? And being able to spill that into what we've created here, it's just been absolutely it's been a great experience. On top of that, starting the network at the same time, and it's just like, the network is a baby right now, but we have podcasts right now in this network that are consistently putting out product and content. And I haven't been on MKU yet, you know what I'm saying? But just listening to it and seeing how much better that is getting, it's just like, damn, like we really did the right thing here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it's crazy too because I've been having people hitting me up, trying to get a part of this shit,
Mm-hmm.
and I appreciate it definitely. It shows the dedication and hard work that we're doing with this, and we just and like, and I always tell people like, don't let this shit get to your head. We still got a ways to go. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Still got a ways to go because at the end of the day, I want us to, be able to support our families off of this shit. So that's why I've been going so hard with this shit. I'm getting theme songs created. I'm getting like theme songs created for everybody. I just got the Game Day Club, their theme song. Shout out to Train. He just put that together. Tizzy put the one for the MKU podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I'm working on drops right now. Just really just trying to get guests on there. Just doing different innovative things. Like, you know, did a game show. I did a game show for my birthday on the podcast and shit. That was very fucking ridiculous, but it worked.
Yeah,
It worked.
it
It worked.
worked. You know, it was fun to do. Yeah.
It worked like a motherfucker. So, you know, I'm just doing things to make sure you step out the box to get people involved. Like I was telling you, this is episode 20. You know, we're gonna be doing a giveaway pretty soon. Should we give you? Well, I guess I could put it out there. Probably like episode 25 or episode 30. I'm not too sure. We're gonna do a giveaway. We're gonna do a giveaway for $100 gift card for like the WWE shop or some shit like that. You know, for all wrestling fans. So we're gonna do something like that. You know, we're gonna have something for SummerSlam too. Like, you know, we might have something like if y'all all come out, you know, people who come out to SummerSlam, you know what I'm saying? We might just pay for your meal and your drinks and shit like that, you know, enter in or something. So we're gonna get all that figured out. But yeah, I'm just trying to do things, get more people get more people involved, just all this shit. So this is gonna be something. It's gonna be something built. I got people, like I said, there's other shows we're working on right now. Other people that's gonna come aboard, and this is gonna be bigger than what y'all think it is, nigga. Like, this is gonna be something. It's gonna be something monumental.
Yeah, definitely. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and the other things that, you know, I appreciate about doing this, you know, on a weekly basis and being able to come together and not only talk about wrestling as a whole, but also just to be able to talk about our own lives too, and be, you know, show our like vulnerability as black men. You know what I'm saying? Being able to step out and talk about the human aspects of our lives and the different struggles we deal with. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, this is not a mental health podcast, but we're mental health advocates at the same, you know what I'm saying, at the same time. And like we both bring that out. We both bring that aspect into this space here because at the same time, this is a safe space for us. You know what I'm saying? To be able to talk about that at the same time. And you know, we're not always like 100% when we come live on here. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we got to cut that on switch on, you know what I'm saying, and perform. And then when they cut that back off, we got to return, you know, back to reality. It's kind of like almost like a concert like depression.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you just on this high of highs, and then you just have to like come back, snap yourself back into reality and everything. But you know, us being able to have that space on here to acknowledge that too, and not just be some popcorn ass we're happy all the time, blah blah blah, you know what I'm saying, or performative types or anything of that nature. Like we just like always, because we want our audience not only to enjoy the content that we have, but they also just understand and get to know us. You know what I'm saying? Us personally, like us as individuals and everything. You know, that's why every time we go live and we talk, I always ask you, you know, how's your week been? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes me and you hadn't talked until we went live, you know what I'm saying? Or like right before, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's important to me to put out how I'm feeling, and also to, you know, hear how you're feeling too, at the same time, because you know you're my friend, like you my brother. Like I want to make sure you good at the same time, and all of that. So that's another thing I appreciate a lot about being able to do this, and to do this thing that we love, and to talk about this thing that we love. And also at the end of the day, always is always about our city and where we're from, because we're doing this for a bigger reason. You know what I'm saying? We're doing this for our town. You know what I'm saying? Like it's bigger than me, it's bigger than Ant. You know what I'm saying? Like we trying to like plant a flag on our town before we even plant flags everywhere else. You know what I'm saying? And we are actually, we have, you know what I'm saying? Like shout out to the people that's listening to us in the UK, the people that's listening to us in Canada, the people that's listening to us in India, the people that's listening to us in Germany,
Australia, because we got
Australia, like all that. Like I see y'all, like I see the algorithms, like I see it, and that's amazing to me. The simple fact that in 20 episodes, people on other continents have heard our voices.
Right.
That's not something that I thought would ever happen. You know what I'm saying? Like when we started this I was very novice at this podcasting thing. Like I wasn't I before this, I probably had been on 2 podcast episodes in previous years. You know, I know I've been on What the Fuck Did I Miss with you and G. You know, I did that with y'all. That was the second podcast I ever did. And I talked about that before. I don't know if I talked about it on this podcast or I probably talked about it on Show Your Work. I can't remember.
Probably Show Your Work, yeah.
Probably Show Your Work. And then
same with that one.
And then before that, I was on the Lookout. Like that was back in 2019. You know, I did a episode on there. But before that, like I really didn't know if I had even the voice for this shit. Like I didn't even have the confidence to even understand it. And a lot of people would say to me, like, yo, you should do a podcast. You should do a podcast. I'm like, man, get the fuck out of here, man. Like, I don't know if I got the voice or the personality for this shit. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't until you put a mic in my face and then I realized, you know.
Like, come on, like, nigga, if you can go ahead and stream for hours, nigga, and talk, you can do a podcast, bro.
Yeah, and that's kind of like where I kind of started to see it, to be honest with you. Like when I started like video game streaming and everything, and I'm like, you're hosting when you do that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like you're hosting. But you're talking to a live audience. So you don't think about those things because it's like, oh, these are people I always talk to. All these are people that show up to my chat and everything. So basically I'm talking to you, but at the same time, it's like, dude, you're talking to a live audience.
Right. And one thing I want you to do, because I remember you were saying, like, you know, the streaming shit was getting on your fucking nerves. And, you know, just wanted to make sure, like, you know, just you don't let that shit discourage you, nigga. There's other avenues for that shit. So
yeah, for sure. And it's like, and that pivoted me over to this. You know what I'm saying? Because I think while I was streaming and while it wasn't going the way that I necessarily really wanted it to go, like I was like, man, maybe I should do the podcasting thing. You know what I'm saying? And whatever. And then that's when you kind of you ain't even know this was on my mind. You know what I'm saying? You just hit me with yo, let's do the wrestling shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's do that shit. And I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. Why not? What's the worst that can happen? We could suck. And then that's that. And then I didn't think we would. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think we would.
I was about to say, nigga, like with me, nah, that shit ain't happening, dog. Like,
yeah, I didn't think we would. You know what I'm saying? I thought we were going to be. We was going like because one thing I knew I would be completely comfortable talking with you.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like me and you, we've known each other since we was 14 years old. You know what I'm saying? So at the same time, it's like I'm hosting something, but I'm having a discussion with one of my oldest friends. So it's just like I'm okay. Like I feel safe. Like you're not gonna have me looking foolish. You're not gonna be like, yo, you sound like a dumbass or anything like that. And I know I'm not because I'm smart as fuck. But at the same time, you know, like it's about chemistry at the same time too. You know what I'm saying? That like, you know, we were just the perfect assortment of cooks in the same kitchen. You know what I mean?
Right. And you know, it's crazy. I don't think I ever told anybody this. You know, shout out to my nigga Motizzi. He used to always say, because he look at my Facebook status and shit. He's like, nigga, you need to do a podcast. You need to do but like, cause you know, back in the day, I had a show called ABFR Roundtable. We did it on Blog Talk Radio.
Yeah, I remember that.
It was me,
Bleak,
B Green, and Rush.
Yeah.
Nigga, I'm so glad nobody could find those episodes. Like Bleak is the man, the guy right now. Frank B Green is a voice actor. Rush is running Iowa like you Nino Brown.
Yeah, King of Iowa.
King of Iowa. And I'm like, bro, all that shit would have came out, nigga. All of us would have got canceled, dog. Every last one of us. And
hey, I just gotta get this joke off real quick about Rush. Yeah, but yeah, you know, Tulsa King is loosely based off of Rush, except it takes place in Oklahoma, but it's really the real story is in Iowa. That's the real story.
That nigga, man, he moved, man. He got his job in there. He got his job in there. Once he graduated college, dog, planted his flag down there, dog. That nigga did not look back since, man. He's been running Iowa. He's been running Iowa for over 10
that joint, man. Iowa is Rush. You feel me? Matter of fact, it's funny you bring that up because you know what? I just thought it's like almost every time I think about Rush, I think about when he got that good wood chain.
Hey, you seen her brought that shit back up too. You seen her brought that up, dog. But that's what his ass get, dog. That was the dumbest stuff. Like nigga, like what the fuck? I got that nigga rhinestones, dog, all this shit. That nigga was
what a fucking time, dog. Oh my god, so man.
Mad, dog. And I always remind him of that shit. And he gets so mad every time I remind him of that. Because he gets so mad because he tried to appeal with PayPal to get his money back and he lost. So it's just that bitch is etched in stone on his ass, dog. He's so mad about that shit.
And then it's like, it's not only that what happened was funny, but literally like your whole story about it, like your whole like it was like you did a 2020 segment on like this whole how this whole thing came about, and then at the end it was like, now look at this bullshit right here.
Rush is my nigga. I love him to death, dog. I'm actually in his wedding too. I love my nigga to death, man. But yeah,
shout out to
I
Rush,
had to get at him, man. But nah, I did that shit. You know, we had a nice little run and shit. We interviewed Eli Porter. We interviewed Mighty Mouse. We interviewed Mighty Mouse. We interviewed Mighty Mouse, the fighter. We interviewed him. We interviewed Tony Ferguson, and then you know, the shit fell by the wayside. Niggas just start living life and shit.
Yeah. Everybody moved on and grew up. You know what I mean? Like,
and then shout out to Kurt Will. He hit me up one day on Facebook. He's like, dog, you're hilarious, nigga. I need you to come on my podcast. You know, all bullshit considered, just for one episode. Yeah. So we did a New Year's Eve episode and shit. And I remember we was on there talking, and then one of the topics was Lil Wayne and what's his face was Beef and Birdman. And I brought up how Lil Wayne was doing bar and grill tours at the time. I think it was Applebee's.
that Sturgis.
and look, and to this day, like nobody believed me until I started showing them pictures. Like people's wanted tickets to go to the bar and grill, dog, to see this nigga Lil Wayne perform. So that was
dark
crazy.
Times, bro.
It was dark times for Wayne, boy. But you know that happened, and then Kirk brought me in because his co-host Dom left, so Kirk brought me in for All Bullshit Considered, and that's how I met Jason. And that's how we started doing this shit. And then like I told G, like, we doing a podcast, you should come on this bitch for a minute. G came on there, dog, and G went full Illuminati G. And then that's how he did that. That's how he came. What
the fuck did I miss started?
No, actually, no.
It didn't start. But
he joined All Bullshit Considered with us. And then, you know, some unfortunate things happened. And then you know, then a week later, like All Bullshit Considered was done. So then a week later, that's when we jumped into What the Fuck Did I Miss? And first episode, we talked about Jeffrey Epstein. So, you know. Good Lord, so you already know where that went.
And again, well, I know we said it on previous, I think we talked about it when Larry was on here with us. Like, What the Fuck Did I Miss was literally a conspiracy theory podcast. I did not know this. Like
Mr. Krabs in this bitch, like, nigga, what the fuck is going on? Like,
I was like, wait a minute, what? I'm thinking we about to talk about like rap and like fucking like what happened last week, you know, shit like that. I was just like,
look, man, I tried to sneak shit in there. I tried to sneak some of that shit in there, but I also try to put conspiracy spin on it too. So to try to get, you know what I'm saying, get G going and shit. But we bringing that back. So then, you know, coronavirus hit, and then me and Kurt started doing our own little weak ass verse. Well, I ain't gonna call it weak ass. I was whooping his ass. We started doing our own little verses and shit like that on IG Live. And then that nigga was just like, "Hey, let's bring the podcast back." I'm like, "All right, cool." So we brought the podcast back, and then he found Asia, and you know, he was like, "Hey, we should bring her on." I was like, "I don't give a fuck, whatever." We brought her on and shit like that, and then rest is history. You know, that shit ended. A lot of shit happened, and then, you know, we bring back the most known unknown podcast. I'm like, man, we gonna do this shit. We gonna do it right. Let's do a fucking network. let's bring this shit to the forefront. And I also got to give credit to Jason J. Johnson, because that nigga is like the podcast godfather of Detroit.
Of Detroit, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
absolutely. He's spawned, like, bro, he's responsible for a lot of people, a lot of podcasts happening.
He got over 50. He got over 50 podcasts coming in and out of the studio.
Yeah.
For one. Two, I remember they was talking. I remember Agent Kurt was like, you do a lot of podcasts. I'm like, nah, it's Jason. Jason did 7 podcasts this week. That's him.
I can't even talk that damn much.
Man, that nigga Jason loves to talk. He's a competitive motherfucker, as you can tell with that shit with the game show, man. Because that nigga was on it. The funny part was about that game show too. I had a secret competitor that was coming in, but he didn't make it, and that was gonna be G. And you know that shit.
G. Okay.
And that shit was gonna get ignorant with that nigga. He was ready. He like, man, I'm gonna go get a lineup. I'm gonna show up for this shit. I'm like, that nigga was gonna be on some bullshit then, dog. So, but I will say this though. Later on down the road, when everything else gets solidified, everybody, get this shit. We're gonna do like one big visual podcast. We're gonna throw it on the MKU network channel. It's gonna be all of us. We're gonna be all mic'd up, and we're just gonna discuss shit.
Yeah, for sure. Like that'll be huge. Like I'm expecting a lot to come soon. I'm even expecting, even at some point where we actually do it live, like in person with a fucking audience there. You know what I'm saying?
Me and Jason been talking about that.
And I know that definitely can happen. Like I'm expecting a lot of things, and especially, eventually. I will make it on Most Known Unknown. Hopefully, also make it on Game Day Club too one of these days.
I'm gonna set that up. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna need you on Game Day Club for Matt.
Yeah, talk some hoop, talk some football. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't always just want to talk about wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like if I jump on somebody's podcast, I'm like, dog, I ain't gonna talk about wrestling, right? I'm like, nah, thank you, God. Like cool. You know what I'm saying? Like bet. But it's so much.
I've been talking about every goddamn thing. So
it's so many endless possibilities and things that we got coming to the forefront soon enough. I can't wait for that. Like seriously, like I think about it all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like I think about like just how far we can go with this and how big it can get. And it's just all about just still showing up. It's still showing up, still putting out the content, still promoting, still keeping it consistent on like engaging with our audiences and collaborating with other people at the same time too. Like, right now, like I said, outside of the network, our biggest collaborators is the Show Your Work Network, and they have done nothing but show us love and everything. And this entire time, we did a collaboration with them for the Royal Rumble. Spectacular night we had there. We might possibly be doing something for WrestleMania too. We still just kind of working on the backgrounds on that too. But yeah, like it's so much. We have so much on our table, a lot on our plate. And it's just we only gonna get better from here.
Yeah, for sure. Larry's kind of jumping on another show. He's jumping on MKU this Sunday because we having a Waka Flocka debate, and I need the help. And he's gonna show up because niggas got me fucked up. So yeah, he's gonna do that shit. We got more people showing up to this podcast too. We'll make that announcement later, but we got some legends coming up in here. So we just piecing all this shit together, man, and people are gonna see. They're gonna fucking see what's going on with us.
Yeah, definitely. I also want to just like while we looking back, at our first 20, like I kind of want to jump back to maybe some of my favorite moments so far. I say one of them for sure was our first inaugural year end episode. We did with Corey with Corey Woods.
Yeah.
Bringing Corey in here was like really, really cool, man, because it was just we just had really great chemistry there, but still like the slander he put on Warlow was probably some of the funniest shit I've heard in a while when he said Warlow was Atom Bomb with a title.
And you know what's crazy? It's fucking true right now because it's absolutely true. And Corey, pardon me, I can't forget that because this was a big thing for us too. Was us working at Woodward Sports, what everything is. So that was a big thing for us too. That helped catapult a lot of shit for both of us. We interviewed a lot of great people and met a lot of great people. Met some great people. Met some assholes too. But
and to be honest about everything is pretty much spawned off Midcarders and Catering, to be honest with you.
Right.
Because y'all talked to a lot of wrestling personalities back then and everything, and it's unfortunate how it ended and everything of that matter, because you guys really did really great work there, but it was more so when we started this, it was picking up where y'all left off in a sense, but it was new and it was a different type of theme that also was catchy at the same time of that being everything is. And then we go into Midcarders and Catering, and it's just every time somebody hears the name of our podcast, they just like snicker to themselves, especially at being wrestling fans, because they know what Midcarders and Catering means when it comes down to the whole sphere of like professional wrestling and everything of that nature. And it was just
we will stop Ali.
Yeah, yeah, like because that's how me and you kind of view ourselves. Like we're not like saying we're like mid or we're terrible or anything like that. We're just being self-aware that you know what I'm saying? Like we just pretty much telling a joke about ourselves. Like, man, you just sitting and catering and shit like that. Like we on the mid card, just trying to get to the main event, trying to get a push. You know what I'm saying? And when I tell you, bro, like I had this, I wish I might post it one day. Maybe when we finally like did those sponsorships and shit like that, I'm gonna post like the notepad where I wrote down all the different names that I came up. Dog, it was like at least 30 different names I came up with on this notepad. Like I was at work and I was just write because it was when you first said yo, we gonna do this podcast shit, it was just kind of like, all right, cool, bet, let's do it. So I'm writing down on this notepad. It started off with a paragraph, it's gonna come in 2023. I'm like, man, fuck out of here. Like this shit, you know what I'm saying? Like we just started. We started it when we did. Like I can't imagine if me and you actually waited until the new year to start this shit.
It would have been stupid for one, because it's just like it's kind of like it's kind of like now it's like it's gonna be kind of fucked up. I'm saying this shit. It's like you an up and coming artist and you putting release dates on projects.
Yeah.
Like nigga, you ain't got to meet that deadline, bro. Like nigga,
yeah, and it was like why would I put a deadline on that? Like why would I put a deadline on us for that? You know what I'm saying? It was like early September maybe when we talked. I'm like, bro, nah, we starting this shit soon. I can't sit on my hands that long. But like I just, you know what I'm saying? I'm just writing everything down on there, and then that whole page just got full. Like of everything, like basically our whole format, everything like that. And then underneath that is all the different names I wrote out. I just wrote out different names. Like I think I had like 2 guys, 1 ring, like what else? What else did I have on there? I had cardboard champions, because I thought about like, when you were a kid, everybody couldn't afford a WWE belt, you know what I'm saying, the merch, even if they were out like that back then, but like just cutting out a cardboard title and everything like that. I had that on there. And then I had Midcarders and Catering. And then it was that night when you and I went to SmackDown, and after the show when we was walking walking down Woodward and everything like that, and we was talking about it, and I was like, yeah, I had Midcarders and Catering, and Corey was like, bro, holy shit, I fuck with that, like that, you know what I'm saying, like
Yeah, when you
Midcarders
send
and
me
Catering.
when you send me the list, I'm like, nigga, that's the one right there. Like, we ain't gotta go
Yeah,
nowhere
it was
else.
just like, yeah, that one hit, you know what I'm saying. I was like, yeah, I think so too. I think that's the one. You know what I'm saying? I think Midcarders, because it was simple. It's simple, but at the same time, it's funny. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? That's what I wanted. I wanted it to be like a situation where we can literally like know we the shit, but at the same time be able to still make fun of ourselves or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Big time. And just it helped propel some things, We had a bunch of, saying that first episode did really fucking good, and we just kept building onto this shit and building onto this shit,
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Like we don't sound anything like our. I don't know if you ever like went back and listened to our first episode. I'm not saying it's terrible, you know what I'm saying, but you can tell like, yeah, we knew we was like green as fuck, and it's like, yeah, we still new, you know what I'm saying. We still virtually still new, but we not. We are definitely a lot more comfortable than we are now. You know what I'm saying. I mean, we're more comfortable now than we were back then.
Like I tell everybody with this podcast shit, if you ever want to do a podcast, you just got to be consistent with your shit. That's the only way you're gonna grow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You always gotta go hoop in the gym. You're not about to just jump on this bitch, think you Michael Jordan. And one thing a
Mhm.
lot of motherfuckers do too, and this is me getting like history lessons and shit. Niggas get drunk as fuck, and then like a bunch of motherfuckers yelling over each other over the dumbass topics and shit. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Niggas want to do red pill podcast, all this shit, manosphere podcast. You know what I'm saying? Just try to do something like out of the fucking ordinary. Don't try to do no saying ignorant shit. And then like also too, and this is me being honest again. A lot of y'all niggas, we don't need to hear a lot of you motherfuckers' opinions, man. Like
No.
everybody don't need a podcast just to hear your opinion because, like, to be perfectly quite fucking honest, your opinion is usually either boring as fuck or nobody cares.
Or it's like trash.
Yeah,
It's already trash. Like, excuse me, I'm gonna keep it real with you. Like, if more than likely, like if people on social media saying, everything you say is like fucking stupid and garbage, and you decide to go on a podcast with that shit, it's probably not a good idea to do that.
People try to say that shit about me, but it's like, I say shit, but I make y'all motherfuckers think.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I make y'all think. And my shit sounds outrageous as fuck, but y'all sit back and think about that shit. Like, damn, maybe this nigga is right, And that's me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not afraid to say something that nobody else is gonna say. That's why, like, when y'all listen to the Most Known Unknown podcast, I said a lot of things on there that people just be like, man, what the fuck is he talking about? But they sit there and think about it like, hey, he might be on to something. I put shit out there. Shit on here. We both say things that make people think like this nigga just said some outrageous shit, but they like, wait a minute, hold on. And end of the day, it's gonna be people that rock with that shit and people that don't rock with it. And as the legendary,
there's gonna be people that's in the middle. You know what I'm saying? It don't
as,
matter. Like, you know what I'm saying?
As the legendary Pete Weber said, "Love me or hate me, you watch. And that's all you can do."
And the thing is, like, one thing that I respect about us is that we talk about everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, we not, you know how a lot of like, especially like wrestling on social media, it's a lot of tribalism in that and everything. And that's not something that you and I have ever tried to get ourselves roped into. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And if we see, and the thing is, we'll call things, if something's ass, it's ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know I have an opinion, of course. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to necessarily agree with my opinion, and that's fine. But if something is ass, I'm not gonna force myself to like it for other people's support or whatever. Like, I'm not gonna do that. Like, I'm going to criticize.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to discuss, and I'm going to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing, especially when it comes to like pro wrestling, you want the product to be better. You want it to be better. You want to be entertained by it because that's literally what it is. It's entertainment.
Right.
So right now we live in a time to where we are so more backstage than we have ever been in our entire lives, especially with like how much the internet has grown since fucking 1997. You know what I'm saying? When me and you practically first started watching wrestling, you know what I'm saying? As kids, you know, we're more backstage than ever before. So we get to see the ins and outs of the business and everything of that nature. So we know what's good for business, what's bad for business. You know what I'm saying? We try not to get be too much like Marks and shit like that, or too much of trying to be likable. Because at the end of the day, like again, you listened.
Yeah, that's why I
You know what I'm
don't.
saying?
That's
Like you listen. Like I see the numbers. Like I'm not fooled. You know what I'm saying? Like, and me and you actually have not caught really any backlash for any of the episodes that we've done.
yeah, but it would be some, but yeah, we have it, but it's gonna come around that time. It's gonna happen, and honestly and truthfully,
Shit. I don't know. I mean, I'm not. It's not gonna make me change up anything because I know what we're doing and how we're doing it is the right way. And at the end of the day, um, you're not paying me, so so until then, like I'm just gonna say the fuck I feel. I'm going to criticize. I'm going to analyze, and I'm going to continue to keep showing up. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot. You know what I'm saying? We do deal with a lot of fatigue when we have to watch so much goddamn wrestling throughout the week because we have to cover all of this. Because we make content from it, but at the same time, we like it. We do enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, we're human also, and we have lives. And myself, we touch grass. We touch grass. We take showers. Um, we're not your typical internet wrestling mark. We're not. We actually have real lives. We're not scared of women. We also respect women's wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Like we want to be everything that is not negative about wrestling as a whole. So, and we're doing a great job of it. We
yeah.
are. We're doing a really, really fantastic job. One of my favorite episodes was probably I can't remember which one exactly it was, but when Hulk Hogan was when we got that video clip of Hulk Hogan getting his ass whooped
Oh my
by all
god,
about everybody.
every black wrestler, dog, was
Every
eating
black
his ass.
wrestler on 2K, that was the funniest shit. That was
Hey
probably
man,
my fun, the most time I laughed
dog,
on the episode.
somebody used that same video and he added change gonna come by Sam Cooke in the background of that.
Oh my god.
Oh, you're almost born by the in the background. Fight back, nigga. Fight back. That's all you hear. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
that was pretty funny.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. That was fucking ridiculous.
Our MVP talk about Detroit One, that was pretty early. That was real
Yeah.
early. I think that was like maybe episode 5.
He's still saying the same shit too. He's
Yeah,
still saying
like
the same shit. He's
I
still
was
saying the
yeah.
same shit. I mean,
I was going off on that episode.
he's still saying the same shit, dog. He is not. He is not. He is.
And that's
saying
cool though. That's why Brock Lesnar fucking tore his ass up on Monday. Yes, turn that up. Brock Lesnar put his ass through that fucking couch on the luxury on I was about to say the luxury lounge, but the MVP lounge. Yeah, he tore his ass up.
You think Brock will fuck with Detroit one?
Huh?
You think Brock will fuck with Detroit one?
Yeah, Brock. Oh yeah, definitely. Brock fuck with Detroit One, dog. That whole story he was talking about when he was talking about he went to go get something to eat. He was talking about Detroit One for sure.
Yeah, this nigga had a bottle of white lightning on him, dog. Like,
Bottle of white lightning.
man, you know what the fuck that is?
I know it's moonshine. I know that much.
Nah, it's
Right.
a mix. It's a mixture of vodka, whiskey, and I think gin.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you got it. You got it, champ. That's just alcohol. So basically, it's alcohol poisoning. That's what you're saying.
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much, yep.
Yeah,
All alcohol poisoning, baby.
yeah, for sure. But yeah, and, you know, we're gonna talk about. Of course, we're gonna talk about wrestling this week. We're gonna scan over like the whole week, you know, and everything that happened. Um, we're heading towards AEW Revolution. Yeah, we'll talk about that too. But we since this is our 20th episode, we kind of just wanted to like look back on a few things and just talk about like what we got coming up in the future for our podcast as a whole, and the whole network. But yeah, we just wanted to look back on things and like, and really, really just express our appreciation to not only one another, but to you, the listener, the people that have been showing up for us and everything. And I can't wait to episode 40. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait till episode 60 and 50, 50, 60 and 100 eventually. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm really looking forward to all of that and more as we go on, as we move forward. So more collaborations, more money, you know what I'm saying, more success, all that as we continue on.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think we can get into some news, bro.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
All right. So we took last week off. So I'm just gonna jump right over the WON fucking awards. Like, get the fuck out of here. Y'all motherfuckers tripping. Anyway,
I want to play for that.
You say you what?
I got a clip I want to play for that actually.
Okay. Oh God.
My whole feelings for that shit. That's basically what I was just saying about the whole thing. Wrestling Observer News must fall. That's just where I'm at with it, man. They must fall. They must fall. I'm so over this shit.
Low key, I think Papa Dave check ain't clear this week because he was going off earlier about their the work shoots that they continue to keep grinding into the ground over there and that one company. So I guess his check ain't clear this week. So he must have had a bounce check come in. So now he wants to be honest. But hey, whatever.
Hey, no. I'll tell you why we be honest. I'll tell you why he's honest. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that point when we get to the part of the news on that one.
Yeah, okay, cool.
You know what I'm talking about.
Shoot. Well, it's funny because we always got to just somehow. It don't even matter like how long me and you like may sit out or whatever, some shit like that. We always gonna come back and we always gonna have to have bars for AEW. I just don't understand, but hey, whatever. Kenneth Omega, he's recent. They're really playing into this, man. Like it's a lot of, and I'm gonna say how I feel about this and why I think certain things about this, certain movements may be happening soon. So Kenny, who once said he would never ever work for WWE again, is all of a sudden open-minded to the idea of making a move over to WWE in the future. Now, as you know, Kenny is one of the executive vice presidents of AEW along with the Young Bucks. And we have a previous executive VPs currently, the Royal Rumble winner who's going to be facing Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 39, Cody Rhodes, who was the first to make the jump back. Actually he was going back home because that's where he was originally. So it's looking like AEW's landscape is inching towards maybe changing really, really soon. With Kenny saying that is quite surprising.
And if he goes, the Young Bucks are going to go too.
Yeah, straight to NXT. Kenny's going to NXT, bro. Like if he goes, he's going to NXT because y'all have to learn WWE television. Y'all have to learn it. Y'all can't just come over there doing that flippy jump.
Honestly, I don't even think they would mind it. They'd be like, all right, cool.
I wouldn't either. Honestly,
like, we ain't got to travel. Okay, cool. We'll do this shit for a minute.
If you want to give a injection of a black and gold type thing, that's it right there. Put Kenny and the Bucks in NXT. We back to black and gold, baby. You know what I'm saying? They get to learn the WWE style and how things go over there and everything, if that's going to be their move, I'm just going to keep it real with you and tell you and say why this is happening, because it's kind of obvious in a sense. CM Punk is probably going back to AEW.
Dumbest thing he can do.
And the only reason why I say that is Kenny and the Bucks wouldn't be talking the way they're talking right now if something wasn't afoot in the background with that, because CM Punk is still signed to AEW. Like, he's still being paid by AEW
They're gonna
right now.
extend his contract. They're gonna extend his contract too because he was hurt. So
Yeah. And they're going to extend his contract and everything. And I don't think that's a situation. You know, we all know what happened last year at the Brawl Out. We all know what happened, and that left a lot of sour taste on people's mouths. Kenny and the Bucks can't even talk about it because of, again, a lot of legal matters in the background. So yeah, I'm this is going to end in separation at a certain point. And, you know, and I know initially, like, I was saying, like, you know, they may end up going back to Japan or whatever. Like, I don't really see that, because what is there left to do in Japan?
Nothing. But I'm gonna tell you this right here though. This is where Tony Khan was in a rock and a hard place.
Mm-hmm.
You either release Punk, let him, he gonna go do a little one off in WWE, boost their numbers up, and your numbers are still flying the way they are.
Mm-hmm.
And you keep the Bucks and Omega. Or you bring Punk back, get your numbers up, and then you lose all your fucking EVPs.
Yeah, that's going to be the trade-off, because the thing is, we know Punk is a draw. We know Punk is a draw. Oh, especially over there, because when Punk was there, they were drawing 1 million a week. You know what I'm saying? And Rampage numbers, while still they were ass, they still had, you know, some consistency there a little bit, you know, not as bad as it is right now.
Yep.
Kenny and the Bucks are not necessarily the draw, and at the same time, they're kind of putting themselves in the mid card, you know, being trios champions right now. They're kind of like not putting themselves at the top of, you know, at the top of their division at all. You know what I'm saying? They completely stand together this entire time. So
they got their own Cody verse right now.
Basically. And that's what I'm saying. You kind of look at it the same way as Cody was when he was still over there. Like, he didn't book himself to be champion. He didn't do it at all. He stayed in the workhorse division and the TNT title division, and did a lot of silly shit too, like the fucking wrestling Shaq and shit, and Mike Tyson and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, good Lord, man. Cody, yeah, it's a good thing he came. It's a good thing he came back.
Like, man, you gotta rein that shit in, boy. You gotta rein.
You gotta be you gonna be the guy. Like, you're just gonna have to eat that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gonna get what you want when you come here. So, like, ain't gonna be no, I'm gonna be the Intercontinental Champion. You did that shit when you was here before. You don't need to do that. You could do it at the end of your career. How about that? You can do it at the end.
Time for you to get the big boy title.
Yeah, it's time for you to be a big boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what you wanted. You bet it on yourself. This is what you're gonna get. So, and I think that's kind of what the same place that Kenny and the Bucks are in right now. I'm not necessarily. I was always a fan of Kenny Omega's, but I was a fan of Kenny Omega by himself.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? When Kenny's by himself, he is like a performer, bro. Like, he can go in the fucking ring. When he with the Bucks, it's just so fucking silly and gimmicky, and just, I just want them to be apart. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Kenny Omega is fine by himself. Like, that's my whole thing. But I don't want to talk too much around circles here. But yeah, like, we're going back to what you were saying about Tony making this choice. You know what I'm saying? If he chooses Punk, which personally I think he would, because he's a draw, he's paying him the most money, and I think you bringing Punk back, that's going to change the entire landscape of AEW television.
And plus,
like, it's not going to be like how it is right now.
And plus, you know what I'm saying, they got to get those numbers up for the fucking, so they can get their new deal. You know,
yeah,
them numbers got to reflect that shit. So I think Punk is close to returning, so they probably gonna end up bringing him back, and then they're gonna let the Bucks and the Omega contract run out.
Yeah, that's what it's kind of looking like that. Like again, I don't want to be holding the crystal ball here, and you know what I'm saying, because we've talked about this before. Like I don't I don't want to get like I don't want to sound like an internet dude. You know what I'm saying? Like Kenny and Bucks are going to WWE. Like I don't want to say that, but it's just when you see the potential there, and you look at the whole scenario from a macro level, it's just kind of like dollars to donuts.
And then you got to think about this too. Who would the WWE locker room more in their locker room? Kenny and the Bucks or CM Punk?
I mean, it's obvious that it's Kenny Omega in the Bucks. Like, they do not want they have like every single top guy in WWE right now was there during the CM Punk experience in the early 2010s. They were there for that. They don't want that man in their locker rooms.
Hell
You know
no.
what I'm saying? If he came back as a part-timer, it'd probably be tolerable. You know what I'm saying? Which I think it would have been anyway, but they don't want CM Punk. They don't want that guy. And he's not the same as he was before. I never really was too impressed by his ring work anyway, personally, but I feel like he wrestled better in Ring of Honor, but in WWE, I just really wasn't a fan of CM Punk like that. But
shit, his body's tore the fuck up, man.
His body is messed up.
All the crazy ass matches he was having in Ring of Honor. Shit, that
Yeah.
match him and Joe had, nigga. That was like that nigga took like 3 years off his life off with that damn match.
Yeah, doing way too much. But yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of his, but at the same time, the typical AEW fan is a CM Punk mark. Like that's what they are. That's who they cheer. That's who they love. They want CM Punk. Like I think if you lose Kenny and the Bucks, that's the end of your indie wrestling over in AEW. That's it. There's no more indie. Like, which is the funny thing about it, right? Because that's what y'all all wanted over there, right? Y'all wanted the indie shit.
Yep.
You come back, you bring back CM Punk. Guess what you're going to? You're going to sports entertainment. The thing y'all hated before.
They're already there. I mean, come on now. They're already there. They was already there when Jericho was there.
And speaking of Jericho, this is a mother. I don't know if you saw this shit.
I saw that shit. I saw
oh
that
my
shit.
God, man. Jericho is just such a fucking clown, dude.
He's a grifter.
He's such a grifter and such a clown. I'll never go back to WWE. It's like, okay, dude. Then don't, Chris. Don't.
He will, because they call him like, we're going to put you in the Hall of Fame. He's going to be there in a fucking heartbeat. Come on now.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Because guess what? It's him getting over. That's his whole thing. That's his whole spiel. Is just he doesn't want to enhance anyone. And the only way he enhances someone else is if he can get enhanced at the same time.
Yeah, shout out to Eddie Kingston.
Like Jericho is so much like Hogan, and he doesn't realize it.
Shout out to Eddie Kingston. Did all that shit for nothing.
It's just it's ridiculous, and I'm not gonna focus too much on that shit. Like, fuck off. But going back to like Kenny again, like, and Kenny said it, and you know, if you want to, Kenny has given praise to Hunter. You know what I'm saying? Back in 2021, he said, when I did speak at length with Triple H, it really felt like he understood a lot of my thought process and not just what I was looking to unite and unify the world of pro wrestling and all of that. But he definitely got it. So it sounds like that's somebody he wants to be, somebody he wouldn't mind having as a boss. But hey, whatever, man. Moving forward, WWE King and Queen of the Ring PLE is coming soon, and it is taking place in Saudi Arabia. Saudi is getting King and Queen of the Ring, which honestly I think I like. I like that. Yeah. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah. It's just it's the perfect setting for it, if you ask me.
You're gonna have all blood money. You gonna have all that shit come out there.
Shut the fuck up. And I guess like I think maybe you know what I think you and Larry probably talked about in the last episode. I think y'all said like Gunther and Gunther should be King of the Ring, and Queen of the Ring. I can't say Rhea Ripley because I think Rhea's probably going to be champion by that time.
Give it to Liv Morgan.
Yeah, I was going to say Liv. Liv was in the back of my mind. I say Liv. Really, it's like you look at Raquel.
I like that one.
Raquel Rodriguez.
I like that one.
This time because this is the year to enhance her. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the year where I feel like that's when you're gonna pretty much punch the green light on Raquel.
I like that.
At the Queen of the Ring for sure.
I like that. But yeah, Gunther definitely taking King of the Ring though.
Gunther's my pick.
Just solidify him even more. That's all you gotta do is just solidify that man even more.
And if this is happening before SummerSlam, I mean, that pretty much just puts him in a main title scene right there. That's if you don't run back Cody Roman at SummerSlam.
Run back Cody Roman, dog.
You said what?
I don't know if they're gonna run that back. I don't know.
I just got a feeling they will. I don't see. Only way I see Roman away from Cody at SummerSlam is if this is some like if this is some bloodline shit.
Probably gonna end up being him
versus Jay, or him versus, you know what I'm saying, like him versus Solo or some shit like that. Like I don't know.
Or him versus Jimmy, because I know
or him
the Jimmy shit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's real tricky there because because he wins King of the Ring and then that puts him main title scene. That's him versus Cody at SummerSlam. So that would be crazy. If you're doing it beforehand, which I think so. I think he probably would. Next, for all those crybabies out there that's whining about Brock Lesnar versus Omos at WrestleMania 39. Look, I'm not even gonna front. At first, I was like, "Yo, if y'all think Omos versus Brock is really happening at WrestleMania, y'all out y'all fucking mind. Like you're tripping. That's not real." You know what I'm saying?
The one thing about Brock Lesnar, you can never figure out what this man is going to do.
No, you can't.
You never figure out what that man is going to do.
You kind of see right now why this actually is happening. And I mean, not only that, I mean, you could just put 2 and 2 together. He doesn't want to work with Bray Wyatt. He said, "Yo, keep that supernatural shit away from me. I'm good. I'll do the spectacle shit. I'm spectacle. I'm getting paid spectacle money. I'm gonna do some spectacle shit. If y'all want me to make Almost look strong, I have no problem doing that shit. But I'm not doing this shit with Bray. He clearly does not fuck with Bray Wyatt, which is why Bobby Lashley is going to be facing Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania.
Get to work to the black man, of course, you know.
Hey, you know, so be it. I mean, I don't see it as being as bad as him versus LA Knight at Royal Rumble. But, you know, I think Bobby would be okay with this shit.
Bobby will be fine.
Yeah, he'll be fine. But yeah, Brock is happening. And I say that to say because I'm talking about the next point, because everyone on the internet is just doing their best rendition of Vince McMahon is back in creative talk. Like, do y'all work there?
Here's my thing about this shit. Everybody that kept saying Vince is back in creative when this match happened, quote unquote, doesn't watch WWE. If you don't watch this shit, why the fuck do you care who's booking what over there? That's my thing.
And the other kicker is like, yes, Hunter is head of creative. Like, this is his job now. He does this. If y'all think Hunter is not going to ask his father-in-law for advice or input on certain matches he should be booking for WrestleMania, something that Vince has done before either of us were even fucking born, like, I would think I'm gonna ask my father-in-law, like, "Yo, you think I should do, like, okay, Brock don't want to work with, like, you know, Brock is your guy, right? Like, he's your guy, okay?" And I'm saying, "Yo, I want you to do this Bray Wyatt shit." He's just like, "Man, fuck out of here. I ain't doing that shit. You better ask Vince what I should do." And Vince is like, "Yo, put him with Almost." You don't think that might have just happened? More than likely, like, y'all have this boogeyman mindset for Vince McMahon, and I'm not saying this to be like to try to shun the fucked up shit he's done, like the shit he's dealing with right now with all these lawsuits and shit like that. I'm not saying that. I'm talking about Vince running this business as a whole. Like he's been booking WrestleMania since one. Okay, like I think he knows what he's doing, right? So I say that to say, like, I'm going to say, hey, so put me on almost. All right, bet we'll just do it. We'll run it. We'll do it. Like, stop this boogeyman thing. Like, oh my God, Vince is back. The company's going back in the toilet again. Like, y'all have this whole idea, like this fear mongering thing, because in hindsight, y'all really want the company to fail. Y'all want it to fail because you want to be right. And that's the problem with trying to be right all the time. You think you can never be wrong.
Nope.
Or you just want to have this, oh, I told you so at the end of everything, and just like what do you win from here? Like, you're doing this for free, right? When you give thoughts and opinions about play fighting online, you're not being paid for this.
So here's the dumb shit. If WWE falls, wrestling is dead. Period.
Wrestling is finished. It's done. AEW will not exist. The territories, there are no more territories. There are no territories.
But like Dex Harwood said, quote unquote, I wish WCW would have won. So,
good Lord Almighty. Fuck out of here. That man literally has a podcast full of like ass eating. Like literally, that's what his podcast is. But anyway. So far the WrestleMania match card. Of course, we still have night 1, night 2, but we got 4 weeks to go. We have 4 weeks to go until WrestleMania. So it looks like we also getting another one kind of formed. We saw on SmackDown. We'll talk about that in a few. But so far we got Cody versus Roman, of course. We have Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair. I don't think we have the tag title thing official yet for with KO and Cody, KO and Sammy. We don't have that official yet. Almost versus Brock Lesnar. And has Bobby Brock been made official?
Not yet, but kind of.
I mean, Bobby Bray. I'm sorry.
Kind of, yeah.
It's kind of been made official. But and Asuka versus Bianca Belair. So that is our match card so far. And to finish out the news, Jay White is done in New Japan.
Right.
It's completed. He's finished. His contract is over. He is now a free agent, and it is looking like he is inching towards joining WWE.
Shout out Finn Balor.
He's being recruited. He's being recruited. He's being talked to. And you want to know something else?
What's that?
Finn said after WrestleMania, they're going to be adding a new member to Judgment Day.
JD McDonough.
Or
you're going to say Jay White.
Jay White.
That will be, that will be interesting. That will be interesting. But I'm thinking JD. Yeah,
I wouldn't. JD McDonough that's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah. If he's done at NXT,
I don't think he
Dragon off.
I don't think he got much else to do down there, so I think he might be done. I think they're gonna have that shit that stand to deliver, and then I can see JD McDonough joining him. I mean, he's Finn's protege, so
yeah, another trained by Finn actually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so yeah, I could see JD. I could see JD McDonough. All right, and I can also see Jay White. I can see Jay White too if Jay White makes that jump. Because, like I said, I say that to say, like,
I know what's gonna happen.
What?
Whoever joins that gonna kick out Dom.
Yeah, because Dom is gonna lose at Dom is set up to lose at WrestleMania.
Gonna embrace his father and shit.
Yeah, he gonna embrace his dad, and they gonna be like, man, you're not doing this. Ain't the Judgment Day way. And then they gonna they're gonna tear his ass up for losing, and then that'll reunite him and his pops.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like the Judgment Day, to me, post Bloodline, I think the Judgment Day is the most interesting. It's going to be the most interesting, like going into post WrestleMania season.
You know what? I'm kind of the opposite. I think it's gonna be Imperium.
I mean, of course, I think Imperium, but I think when you talk about prospective shows here,
Yeah.
I'm saying like the Judgment Day is probably going to be like really like out there on the main scene.
And low key, I do want another member from Imperium. Shit, if he wasn't signed to Pro Wrestling, no man, I said just say put Timothy Thatcher in that motherfucker.
Or bring Thatcher back.
Yeah, put Thatcher with them niggas. You know what I'm saying?
The one thing I see with Imperium, I see them winning the. I mean, they gonna win the tag titles at some point.
Yeah, I want them. I want them to change that shit to Ring Kampf.
Good lord. Good lord. Just so they can continue to call Gunther a Nazi on fucking.
Put him down.
Good lord.
Put him down.
The xenophobia y'all have, bro, on the y'all are wild on the internet, bro.
Also, before we get into the next segment, shout out to Jeff Hardy and white privilege, baby. Yes, sir. Shout out to that white privilege, boy.
I'm gonna let you tap in on that shit, man.
Jeff Hardy, man, is not going to jail. Actually, he's getting time served. He can't drive for 10 years, and he got to do community service and shit, pay some fines. So, I man got caught so much shit, got into the accident and everything. You would think this motherfucker would go to jail for a couple years. No, he's not. People gonna say money, but nah, we know what it is, baby.
No, we know it's not. We know it's not money, bro. It's that waffle colored skin of his, bro. That's what it is.
My Umar sisters are tingling right now.
Yeah. That's that motherfucker. Cause how many DUIs has that motherfucker had?
Man, that boy can punch a bingo card, nigga, with that shit. He can, like, nigga. He got it, nigga. He can, nigga. Yeah.
Funny with the money. Funny with the money, man. You know what? Yeah, whatever. Y'all can have Jeff Hardy. I don't fuck with Jeff Hardy no more. Like I was done with Jeff Hardy back in fucking Impact during that shit when he was pissing off Sting when he was out there high as hell. And of course, I don't fuck with doodoo pants, Matt either. I'm Jay Briscoe to that. I'm fuck Matt Hardy. That's what I am. But yeah, let's that was that. So let's tap into this weekend wrestling a little bit.
Okay.
We can talk about what happened, what's going on, and all this other good stuff.
Wrestling has more than one royal family.
I am the strongest, the fastest, the roughest, the toughest, the quickest, the greatest, and now there is no denying that I am the B-E-S-T.
You fucking must acknowledge me.
Y'all the Marco.
All right, so we got Raw on Monday. We're just gonna cover the card a little bit. Jimmy Uso and Solo. So we've been doing a lot of stuff without Jay. Jay just been like on vacation and shit. He been chilling. Shout out to Solo Sikoa though. He just got married.
Yeah.
I saw his wedding, his nuptial photos, and him and the twins all hugging, group hugging each other. They actually are family and really they love each other. Like, they just hate each other at their job right now. But yeah, they beat the Street Profits. I don't know what's going on with the Profits right now, but
they in purgatory.
A little bit, yeah, they in purgatory, but I think it's time to split. It's time to split this shit. Like, I mean, Tez is different, bro.
It's probably gonna end up happening. It's gonna probably be a draft. One's gonna take Montez and one's gonna take Angelo Dawkins.
Yeah, and just so they don't have a feud like that. That's safe. So they don't have a feud. and they can just do it that way, which I think is fair. Well, that was a pretty cool match. I'm just gonna say it right now. My match of the week right here was Cody Rhodes versus Chad Gable. My God.
I'm thinking they setting up Chad to have a singles run because he's been putting on some great matches as of late. They about to turn him back to that wrestling machine.
Yeah, and they kind of like, in a sense, I see them moving they trying to like pivot Otis away from him with the whole, because Otis storyline, he's being really distracted by the Maximum Male Models and Maxine Dupree. Like they're really like,
yeah, man,
yeah,
shit. I understand.
They're getting his attention and everything of that matter. So like,
I understand why they're getting his attention.
Maxine.
You goddamn right.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. Otis is always pulling them, bro. Like he got Mandy Rose. I'm just like, damn, bro. Like what am I missing? What am I missing that he has? Like,
exactly.
That's wild. You know what I'm saying? That's a big Otis. Go to Corral's favorite. But yeah, this match was like insane, bro. Like, and I saw some people complaining, like it's kind of weird, but they're just saying like, why is Chad Gable job? It's like, bro, Chad Gable is a hand. He's a worker.
Playing his role right now.
He's playing his role. He has to make Cody look good. Like Cody can't lose before he goes to face Roman. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would y'all think he was gonna beat Cody unless it was gonna be a stupid like interference finish or some shit like that? Like, no.
Even then, that wasn't gonna happen.
That wasn't gonna happen. Like he got beat clean, and he also looked very good in this match versus Cody. Like they were doing crazy. I mean, by far my favorite spot was the fucking Cody cutter from the corner top rope. That shit was insane. That was the wildest Cody cutter I've ever fucking seen.
Man, don't care, dog.
Yeah, man, Cody. Yeah, Cody different, bro. He a different motherfucker, dude. And like he probably did the best crossroads on Chad Gable that I've like. Chad Gable sold the hell out that crossroads. So yeah, really good match there. Asuka went 50-50 versus Carmella. Kind of understand that. But she won against Carmella because clearly they trying to make Carmella look good. You know what I'm saying? So even though she lost, like they still trying to make her look like she's like somewhat of a threat. And interesting, I think they might be putting Carmella and Chelsea Green together.
I like that pairing, by the way.
And I kind of do too. I ain't gonna lie to you. I kind of like that pairing too. I think they're pretty cool.
Yeah.
They're a lot more cooler than the Bella Twins. Moving forward, Candice LeRae beat Piper Niven with a roll up. So Candice LeRae got a win finally. And she's having this angle with Nikki Cross. Very strange, but hey, whatever. Bobby Lashley beat Elias. Duh. And then we got the Bray Wyatt thing put on the Tron. Like he was dancing in workout clothes and shit like that. And he had Bobby in the headband up there doing.
Hey man, we can't slander the Bobby headband, dog. The Bobby headband was holding the Bobby headband held every title in fucking Impact at one point.
It did. It held Impact together. That headband held that company together.
Can't slander Bobby with the headband, dog. Bobby with the headband was a different fucking animal.
He put that head bald with a headband.
Man, he put that bitch back. Yeah, you don't need a headband.
Bonzi Wills.
Yeah, like you put that headband back on Bobby, nigga. He's gonna go back to LeBron, nigga. So he was prime LeBron with that headband on, boy. I tell you.
It's gonna be like that meme where Roman had all the titles. That's exactly what it would look like with Bobby with the head.
Bobby, man, look, dog, when Bobby had all them titles, he had a ref hold a title over his head. That Bobby had titles like this. Like, oh man, that was black.
The company was so unserious.
He talking about black excellence, nigga. That was black. You had a white man holding a title over your head. And you doing this? You had both, man. Black excellence, dog.
And then, like, he got so tired of having all of them, he just threw. What was it? The knockout knockouts title or
the X Division title.
the X Division title. He just threw that bitch on the ground. I was like, I don't even want that bitch no more.
Hey man.
But yeah, that happened. Johnny Gargano defeated Otis because Otis had a match later on. So Johnny got a win. So Johnny and Candice get a win this week. So shout out to them. It looks like Johnny might be headed towards something with maybe the Miz. Or am I wrong? I can't remember. Because Loomis like grab somebody up.
He grabbed Maximum Male Models. He grabbed
Maximum Male Model, right? He grabbed one of them.
I think it's gonna be like a little short thing with Judgment Day.
Yeah. Oh, because him and Finn are facing each other next Monday. Right.
Cash shit to him. Finn came in there, streetwear Finn, like, what you gonna do, bud? You know.
Yeah. Speaking of which, Judgment Day had a pretty cool segment. I like how they shit was put together because they literally like each member spent the time talking about their op.
Who the fuck was Damian Priest op? Because I don't think he had one.
I don't think Damian Priest. Yeah, I don't think Priest talked
that
about
it.
Priest just opened it up. He just opened it up. It's time. You know what I'm saying?
It's time.
And all rise. Yeah, he just opened it up. And then Rhea came in, was like, yo, Charlotte. Like, no, Dom came in, was like, yo, what up, Dad? And then they started showing the vignette of Dominic pulling up on him on SmackDown and pushing him and shit like that. And then they went to Rhea. No, I think they went to Edge. I mean, they went to Finn, and then Finn was like, yo, what up, Edge? So remember last week what happened? And then they showed him giving him the coup de grace 3 times.
Cave that man chest in, boy.
He was like, yeah, Edge, it ain't over until I say it's over. You know what I'm saying? So, and then they showed that. Then it ended with Rhea bringing up Charlotte. It was like, yes. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? So Charlotte. Last week, blah, 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 you know what I'm saying? They talking about that. Like, that shit was put, I think that was produced really well. Like, I really like that segment. I was like, okay, that was well put together. I really hope this Finn and Edge thing is over at WrestleMania. And I think it
should be.
Should be. I do you think Finn is about to retire him? Or you think this farewell tour about to last longer?
It's going to last a little longer. I think Edge say he wants his final opponent to be John Cena. So I think we're getting them to at SummerSlam or some shit. Yeah. That's gonna be that. But no, I think Finn. I think there might be a variation of Demon coming out.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's gonna be a new variation, I believe.
You wanna know what I think it might be?
What's that?
I think he's not gonna have full Demon. He's gonna be half Demon and half Finn.
I can see that. Kind of like that Venom thing he did used to do back in the day. So
I think he's gonna do that. I think he's gonna do half Demon, half Finn at WrestleMania, which would be so fucking hard. God damn.
Yeah.
And Edge is not beating that. He's not beating the Demon. The only person that beat the Demon is Roman Reigns, right?
Samoa Joe.
It's Joe. Joe in NXT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically Samoans beat the Demon.
Yeah, so that's you gotta be Samoan to beat the Demon, bro. You can't if you're a white man, you're not beating the Demon, bro. So
no.
Yeah, I think that's it for Edge at WrestleMania. So that was that segment. And then Lita and Becky Lynch defeats Damage Control and they become the new women's tag team champions. Lita looks awful. Like she looked like it hurts when she moves.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was you saying?
That's why they're not gonna hold them bitches for too long.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Like I don't know. I saw something interesting. I saw somebody say that they think Trish Stratus gonna end up turning on them. Because I'm sorry to say that brought out. Like with interference from Bayley in that match, that ended up bringing out Trish Stratus. So Trish Stratus is back, and she helped them out on the outside, and then they ended up doing the pinning Io Sky. Yeah. So
I mean, it's just set up for Ronda and Shannon to take those titles off of them. That's all.
But does Becky want to work with Ronda? You know, Becky doesn't fuck with Ronda. She don't like Ronda.
I mean, yeah, I think it's gonna end up happening. So
I think that you think they're just gonna do what's best for business.
probably best for business. They're gonna do like a 3-way damage control, Becky, and probably something like that, just to get the titles off of them.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And I think, and then probably you get Bailey versus Trish.
I can see that. I can see that. I can start building up something toward that.
Yeah. Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can see that too. That'd be something pretty cool to see. But yeah, we ended Raw there. We ended Raw with a women's main event. WWE women deserve better. Moving towards NXT, we will just scan over this card real fast. Wes Lee defeat a returning Nathan Frazier.
Great match.
Like, it's good to see that he is healthy again. That's great. Nate Frazier is back, and he's still fast as hell. So
great match.
He's back. You said what?
Great match.
Yeah, real good match. Real good match between those two. In the sheer, they defeat Briggs and Jensen. Jensen is kind of like being weird about Kiana right now. He thinks Kiana is like cheating on him or some shit like that. I don't know. Very, very interesting storyline there. Even though she's married in real life, but she's cheating on him with her husband. So yeah, that's what's going on there. The final boss, Mako Satomura, she defeats Zoe Stark. That was a really good match.
Yeah,
real good match. And we know Mako is going to be going against Roxanne Perez real soon. Probably at Roadblock next week.
Yep.
Yeah. Sol Ruka defeats Electra Lopez with that Soul Snatcher. Dangerous.
They building her up. They're building her up really good right now.
Yeah, they are. They're doing a real good job with Sol Ruka, and I think she's still doing like level up matches too, and she's still going crazy in those as well.
She's improving every match, man.
Yeah,
she's improving every match.
Yeah, she's athletic as shit.
Mm-hmm.
Her and the next person I'm talking about, Tiffany Stratton, also an athletic beast. She defeated Katana Chance with the moonsault. Axiom, Sin Cara. Listen, man, Axiom the new Sin Cara, dog. Axiom be whooping niggas ass, bro. that nigga is different. Dog.
Ever since that shit with JD McDonough when he
had a deadline. He tore his ass up. That nigga just been beating niggas ass.
I love it. I love it, man.
Too. I am definitely entertained. Look, Axiom might be one of my favorites down there, bro. I ain't gonna hold you because it's so funny, bro.
No, ever since Duke Hudson slapped him, everything changed, bro. He's like, okay,
man, he just been whooping niggas ass, bro. He be beating the shit out of them.
niggas bigger than him. He beating their ass, dog.
He whooping their ass, and like I said, he like Hank Walker. I don't know what Hank Walker is, but I don't know whatever. But Hank Walker has gear now, so I think I missed the last episode. Maybe y'all talked about it in the last episode, but he got fucking gear now.
He's been improving too. He's been improving.
Yeah, he's been improving, and he kind of got something going on with Charlie Dempsey and oh my god, the name Gulak. Yeah, Drew Gulak right now. He's kind of got something going on there. And but Axiom whooped his ass, put the beats on because they got into it when Wesley was holding the open challenge earlier in the show.
Yeah,
because Axiom's like, bro, you was blocking me, and then he just started whooping his ass. And he was like, so they made it a match. But
after that match too, I guess we're getting our new feud with Axiom versus Scripps. So that's gonna be.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be mad athletic, and again a lot of ass whooping.
Yeah, I think Scripps gonna get it. I don't know, man. Scripps a crip, dog. So it might be.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's gonna be athletic. He's gonna be doing flips and shit like that, trying to dodge them punches. So I don't know. Axiom might, he gonna have to call up Hunico and be like, yo, like, show me the way. Like you see, I'm whooping ass, bro. I need more hands. Like, show me how them hands work.
Man, I mean, Andrade called up Hunico and Hunico shouted him out. So I mean, we know what's happening.
Hunico, they OG. Main event. Look, if this wasn't Midcarders 20, this episode wasn't gonna be named that, I swear this shit would have been the title of this would have been Hunico as Axion's OG. I swear.
Yeah, Andrade's OG for sure, dog. He like, yeah, we gonna take no shit. He whooped Sammy Guevara's ass. He like, yeah, nigga, that's what I'm talking about.
Right. He's just like me. And then in the main event, Carmelo Hayes, another banger of a match. He defeated Tyler Bate. Nothing but net. I don't know when this gonna happen, but it needs to happen soon. Because I'm so tired of Trick Williams interfering in shit. Like, I know that's not Dragon Ball's op right now, but he should have just came out and torpedo him just so he couldn't do that. But I'm tired. Like, Carmelo does not win clean, like ever. Like, he don't win clean.
We're gonna do something with Brian Breaker, that Brian Breaker match, man. So
yeah, so yeah, we'll talk about that one day. Cause like, goddamn, if this, I'm telling, I'm worried. I'm a little worried. I'm worried about this because I'm like, okay, like I always try to like say like, yo, you know, I try to do the compare like the little joking comparison, like, oh yeah, this Shawn Michaels and Diesel, you know what I'm saying? But nah, like Shawn used to win clean, bro. Like he didn't need Diesel all the fucking time. Like, come on, man. But yeah, that was NXT. AW Dynamite. I ain't watched this shit at all, so I'll scan over this card. I'm gonna say like I saw something interesting, and I actually do agree with this. Orange Cassidy is the best worker in AEW. Yeah, I think so too. I always knew there was a reason why I really liked Orange Cassidy, and it makes sense.
Best gimmick too, honestly.
Yeah, and the best gimmick. Yeah, he does. He does have the best gimmick there. Surprisingly.
That nigga carry his title in a backpack, dog.
Yeah, he just don't. He just cool. Like he just be chilling, and the kids fuck with him. Like kids be cosplaying as him and shit like that. So, even I did, last summer.
Sure did.
But yeah, Orange Cassidy, yeah, he's their best worker. He actually did double duty this week.
Mm-hmm.
So he defeated Big Mid, Big Bill, whatever the fuck. He defeated him in the opener. Powerhouse Luke Cage. He won the Face of the Revolution ladder match. Is this that big ass brass ring? Like, oh my god. Oh, this company is so unserious. Okay. What is this? What does this brass ring do?
You got a title shot against Samoa Joe.
For
I guess the NXT, not the TNT title.
But Wardlow got a title match against him.
3-way.
Okay. Chris Jericho defeats Peter Avalon. Who? Okay. Hook was actually on this show. I mean, wow. Hook is never on Dynamite. Interesting. He defeated Doodoo Pants Matt Hardy. Okay. Yeah, y'all watch Hook versus Matt Hardy.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Riho defeated Tony Storm. That looked like that was a roll-up finish.
Yeah.
The whole Tony Storm and Saraya thing, like, look, Tony, I really don't care what you do with your company, but please, for the love of God, do not put that title on Saraya. Don't do it. You're gonna like really catapult your company into the dirt if you do that. Don't do that.
Yeah.
But that was that. And then to end everything, Danhausen and Orange Cassidy won the Casino Battle Royale.
That's interesting too. That's
Did
interesting.
this put them in a tag title picture?
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? You're right, because they in a 4-way at Revolution.
Yeah.
Speaking of Revolution, let me go over the card real quick before we talk about SmackDown. Before we get the fuck up out of here. All right. So AEW Revolution taking place this Sunday. I'm really trying to get through this without laughing. For the TNT Championship, we have Samoa Joe versus Wardlow. We have a match between Chris Jericho and Ricky Starks where the JAS is banned from ringside. I hope Ricky wins because if Ricky does not win, what is the purpose of this? We have the AEW World Tag Team Championship. We have the champions, the Guns versus the Acclaim versus Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal versus Orange Cassidy and Danhausen.
Like whoever.
I would not be surprised if Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal won this.
That'd be hilarious.
It would be absolutely fucking hilarious, but I really think they're gonna win this shit. Jeff Jarrett's a funny guy.
Bag chaser, baby.
Yeah, definitely a bag chase. Old as hell and still out there wrestling. That shit is hilarious. And then we have a no holds barred Jungle Boy versus Christian Cage. So Christian's healthy now. I didn't even know.
Yeah, he's healthy. Yep.
All right, so Christian's back. All right. And there's more. We have the AEW World Trios Championship. We have the Elite versus the House of Black.
It'll be a good, really good match.
That's probably going to be a good match. I'm just thinking, like,
Low-key
did
might
the
be-
Elite lose here?
Low key might be match of the night, to be honest with you.
I won't go that far, but if you feel that way, I mean that's cool.
I mean, you see
you know, I mean, looking at this card,
yeah,
you might not be wrong.
exactly.
You may not be wrong. It's just again when I hate watching the Elite together. I can't. I hate watching them together.
I wouldn't mind a Kenny Omega and Malachi Black feud. I think that will be.
I wouldn't either.
I think that will be very, very interesting.
I wouldn't either. I think that would be a really good feud. I think that would be pretty cool. But yeah, I'm just thinking like, do the Elite lose here? But it's like they haven't had the titles that long, so maybe they don't. Maybe they do beat House of Black.
Yeah.
Hey. All right, man. This got me taking off my glasses. I am so tired of John Moxley shit. I'm just tired. Like, John Moxley is so fucking mid. And you know you mid when you got to keep doing shit like this. So you have a Texas death match versus John Moxley versus Hangman Page. Why?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is there even enough heat here for this shit?
I guess I don't know.
God damn, man.
I don't know. I'm just like,
I'm so glad he's over. Like, just please don't ever come back to WWE until like your career's done and you want to go to the Hall of Fame with the Shield. Like that's it. Like I really hate watching this man wrestle. AEW Women's World Championship. Jamie Hayter versus Saraya versus Ruby Soho. Yeah. Keep that shit on Jamie, please. I don't see Ruby winning, but don't do it. Just don't fucking do it. And the AEW World Championship. Do the right thing. Do the right damn thing.
they're not.
Put that belt on Bryan Danielson.
They're not because they're setting up the feud for MJF and Adam Cole. They're not.
You might be right because
They're
I see.
not. Yeah,
I saw that shit online today.
Yeah. It's Adam Cole and yeah. Mm-hmm. You already know that promo. You seen your girl hanging around Jungle Boy and all that shit. So yeah.
60-minute Iron Man match. Good luck to anyone who's going to watch that shit.
Oh, no Jay Cargill match, huh? I figured
No Jay Cargill. I mean, like, wow, like, no Jay, like 53-0 with this title that no one really cares about. She barely defends it on TV. I mean, what are we doing? Like, but y'all show have her showing up to all the sports events and everything like that. But still, just like
Oh, she's gonna end up retiring from wrestling. I can see that.
her stardom is just not clicking over there. Like y'all not utilizing her as she should be utilized as. Like, why is she not in the women's world title picture? Why can't she get that stupid belt off of her so she can get the real one? Like, I just don't. I don't know. They fumbling the bag hard with her. Like Jade, and then at the same time, it's like I want Jade to get better, and I want her to be able to work with people who are like good.
Mm-hmm.
And if she's just constantly being handed like all these other people who are ungood,
yeah,
she's not gonna get better.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she should be working with like Willow Nightingale, but instead y'all put Willow in ROH. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. She could actually drop the belt to Willow. Willow could be TBS champion, and then that puts Jade in the women's title picture. Like, I don't know, man. Whatever. And then that would be a good rub for Willow because she defeated an undefeated person, right?
Uh-huh.
I don't know, man. Whatever. I can't book this shit. I mean, I could, but it makes too much sense. SmackDown, man. We finally had the face-to-face between Roman and Cody.
That shit didn't go Cody way at all.
It did not go Cody's way. I will, however, say Cody held his own. He did not. He didn't get like tore up. But man, when we be saying Roman Reigns is different, Roman Reigns is fucking different.
He hit that man with his catchphrase. What do you want to talk about?
That's number one.
He put the titles down.
First, he put them down. He dropped the world heavyweight title. Like, man, this is nothing, bro. Like, look at I got these for days, bro. Like, this is nothing. Oh, that's the one you want the most, right? That's the one you really want. Like, look at me. I'm just throwing that bitch on the ground. I threw that bit. He threw that on the ground, and then he took his time and then threw the Universal title on the ground. And it was just like, so what you want to talk about? So he cooked him right there.
Roman is a motherfucker, dog.
And then he proceeded to be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like Cody was like, okay, like, all right, let me tell you all the things that I've done. You know what I'm saying? Like they're saying like it's gonna be impossible for me to beat you. Like they said it was gonna be impossible for me to beat Stardust. It was impossible for me to like go out on my own. It was impossible for me to throw an indie show with over 10,000 people. You know what I'm saying? He brought up All Out. He brought that up. And it was just like, okay, all right, Cody, cool. And then Roman was like, but you ain't never won one of these. Like you talk like that's cool, you did all that, but did you win this? Have you even been booked to win one of these? Have you ever been in the main event of WrestleMania? No? Yeah, I didn't think so. He said, matter of fact, let me talk about your dad. And he was like, hold on. I'm not about to be disrespectful because I love your father. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of his kids. I'm one of Dusty's kids. You know what I'm saying? And then he proceeded to put on like one of the best impressions of Dusty. Like I was like, damn, Roman, okay. Roman did the list. He did all that shit. He did an impression of Dusty, you know, and it put a smile on Cody's face. He's like, all right, you know, I see, like you showing respect to my father, cool. And then Roman was just like, you know, like he used to talk about everything, man. He used to talk about so much, and man, he just, you know, we just talked about so many things. But you want to know what he said about you? Nothing.
That cooked Cody, dog. That cooked him. That cooked him.
Whew. I mean, I'm just like, I was just like, and I expected it. I was like, yo, he gonna say he didn't say shit about you, but the way the delivery, Roman put, like, Roman is an actor, bro. Like, and then at the same time, if you look at Roman's face during that shit, it looked like he trying not to laugh. Like, he's like, okay, I gotta like strike the landing on this shit, like, for real. And then when it came out, I was like, okay, cool. Like, he did that shit. Like, that shit was disrespectful. That shit was mad disrespectful. And then he just said, he said, everything. He said, at WrestleMania, I'm going to do everything that your father didn't teach you. And he just put his hand out for the handshake. But I got to give it to Cody. Because Cody struck back. You know what I'm saying? He was just like, look, man, I have to beat you. It's not about just finishing the story. Like, I have to do this because people are saying it's going to be impossible for me to do. You haven't been pinned in over 900 days. I have to be the one that's going to break that chain. And I'm going to tell you this. In a sense, I'm a little worried here because I'm not necessarily going to say 100% Cody's going to win at WrestleMania.
Might get a swerve.
But the crowd is definitely behind Cody.
No, they're behind.
They're behind him, but they still finding a way to cheer Roman because they have kind of, in a sense, see, this is how they kind of get played into a corner here. Roman had all this fucking heat with Sammy. Now that Sammy is pivoted off to the other members of the bloodline, people are starting to fuck with Roman again. It's all of like Roman didn't get booed at all tonight.
No, he didn't.
He was getting booed when he was dealing with Sammy shit, but he's not getting booed against Cody, and Cody's not getting booed either. So it's just kind of like, damn, are we in a face versus face situation now? Like, fuck.
That's gonna be a problem.
But it's like you really gonna have like, okay, this is the way I see it. So we got 4 weeks to go. Cody's gonna have to get his ass whooped. He's gonna have to get his ass whooped really bad, like before WrestleMania. He gotta get his ass whooped real bad. And another thing that's gonna defeat Roman at WrestleMania is if the bloodline completely collapses.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna have to have some shit happen to where everybody turns on Roman. Because again, another situation that's happening with the bloodline. Because I mean, I'm really gonna focus more so on the bloodline right now. Because Jay is still out the picture. So Roman is saying, Jimmy, I need you to get Jay here. And he says Jay has 1 week to return to the bloodline. If he does not return, I'm gonna whoop your ass. And he said, Roman is King Gaslighter, bro. Like he is the gaslighting king.
He is.
So he's like, he ain't saying like Solo. He just like, nah, Solo, you good, you all right. But Jimmy, I'm putting this all on Jimmy. If Jay does not show back up, I'm gonna whoop Jimmy ass.
Oh God.
So it's a lot. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a lot. It's a few things that's gonna have to happen.
Yeah.
As we get there. Like, and then in our main event, excuse me, our main event, we had Sammy versus Solo. Solo beat Sammy clean, actually. Or did he? Was it clean? Yeah, he beat him with no, it wasn't, because Jimmy interfered a little bit. Yeah, so he hit Sammy with the Samoan spike. They was about to attack Sammy at the end. I didn't really know what was going to happen there. I thought maybe Jay might show up, but Jay didn't show up. Sammy actually got up and threw a chair at Solo and then hit Jimmy with a haluva kick and then just ran.
Sent that man to hell.
Yeah, so Yeah, but Jay has 1 week to return to the bloodline. Roman is pretty frustrated because he wanted Sammy just ended tonight. He wanted Sammy put on a t-shirt, but he didn't get his way. So he about to have smoke with the whole family. So he's got other things to worry about other than Cody as we head into WrestleMania. Other things that happened: Rhea Ripley defeated Liv Morgan in the match. Santos versus Dom Mysterio. Without LDF. So I don't know where Joaquin and I want to call him his other name. Cruz. Yeah, Cruz del Toro. I don't know where Joaquin and Cruz are right now, but yeah, Santos is trying to teach Dom some respect. I don't know why Ray hasn't slapped the shit off his son yet. I don't know what we're waiting for, but
I think what's going to end up happening is going to involve Dom putting his hands on his mom or something like that, and then bam, there it is. That's gonna
maybe so.
That's Ray over the edge. Like, oh no, nigga, you fucked up now.
Yeah, because the Santos thing that happened, Rhea interfered on that, gave him the riptide outside the ring. I think future tense. I'm thinking Santos is probably going to be facing Ray at some point later this year. So, that was that. Shayna Baszler defeated Tegan Nox. That whole thing is just weird right now. I don't know, but whatever. I'm not necessarily sold on Tegan Nox either.
You ain't the only one.
Yeah, I think she's going through the natty school right now, but yeah, it's not working. Maybe you could send her back to NXT. I don't know.
I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that at all.
Yeah. I feel like I'm missing something else.
Drew, narrow them niggas.
Oh wow, yeah, Drew. So the Intercontinental title picture is pretty interesting right now because at first the setup was looking like, Drew comes out, I want Gunther. Then it looks like Sheamus is just completely turned on Drew. He's calling him a bastard, a backstabbing bastard now. So there's that caused some tension there. Then LA Knight comes out, really big reaction.
Of course.
We got something going here. We got something going with LA Knight. So because I was like, oh shit, we got a fatal 4-way now. I brought out LA Knight, then it brought out the New Day. And man, Kofi was talking cash shit about LA Knight. He was like, "Oh, LA Knight ain't even won on SmackDown." Like him? He wants a shot.
Doing my nigga dirty, doing my man dirty, dog. Like that.
Yeah, they cooked him, and then Karrion Kross follows after that. I was like, "Oh shit!" So we really doing this. So this ends up with a brawl, and this sets up a fatal 5-way next week on SmackDown. I'm guessing the winner of this goes to WrestleMania to face Gunther, but I see a funny finish here. I think this is probably gonna end up turning into like 2 people going to face Gunther at WrestleMania.
Sheamus and Drew.
Yeah.
Sheamus and Drew. So that's gonna be interesting. Karrion Kross shaved his beard.
Yeah, and he looked like he was wearing a Hawaiian shirt. So now he shaved the beard, but he still got hair. So next, I don't know what's next. Next, he gonna grow the beard out, and then he gonna be bald for no reason. I don't know. Who knows what Karrion Kross is doing? I don't know.
Man, that man is something else.
Yeah, very very strange young man there. But good to see like he's putting himself in this picture now. Now he didn't beat Rey Mysterio. He got nothing else to do, so he might as well just try to get him an Intercontinental title shot at WrestleMania. And I think that was it for SmackDown.
Yeah,
that was a good run through.
That's a good run through.
But yeah, we've already talked about our matches of the week. I mean, we pretty much had the same one, and that was Cody versus Chad Gable.
Cody Gable, you goddamn right.
On on Raw. Talked about the Revolution card coming up for this Sunday. Good luck to everyone who's watching that. And yeah, I think we are we are all set for this week, man.
Yes, sir, man.
Yeah.
Episode 20, bro.
Episode 20, man. Look, I just want to say thank you to everybody who's been with us since episode 1.
Right.
Everybody who has come after that, and everybody that's been sticking with us throughout this journey, throughout this content creation, throughout all of this, man. We really, really appreciate you all.
Big time.
Big time. And we're looking forward to 20 more, man. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, whatever, 100. We got them all, bro. We got them all. So you all enjoy your week. Enjoy your time. Please rate us on your most preferred DSPs. Like, seriously, like, we need more ratings, more reviews. Please help us. Yeah, so with that being said, this is AJ.
Man, Van P.
And we out.
Yes, sir.
Peace. This is Midcarders and Catering Podcast, a weekly podcast focused on pro wrestling and hosted by AJ and Aunt P. Follow us on Twitter at MidCartersDET. Midcarders and Catering Podcast is powered by